Right, so how was it out there?
Oh, it was awful.
What was going on out there? Why was it so awful?
Oh, there's a lot of ups and downs and roots and rocks, but good. I can't believe my kid has to do that 3 times. I think I went well. I finished. My goals were to finish, ride more obstacles than yesterday because I pre-rode, and finish in a better time. So I think I did all 3 of those.
And how much do you bike race?
This is my first one ever, because I was going to be here with my son anyhow. So I figured why not try it. And he said, Mom, that was going to be the hilliest 6 miles of your life.
You think you'll do it again?
Yeah.
Well, it was a smooth course, pretty fast, techie in spots.
Yeah, what was your favorite part?
I'm not sure. The uphill was pretty good, the first uphill.
You might be the only one who says that. Alright, good job. Alright guys, so how was your Gnar Weasels?
It was good. I think I came second for over 15 Cat 3s.
Yeah, I think I won the U15. Yeah, and it was hot. Every time you went out of the woods, it just got so hot. It just was like overwhelmingly hot. But the downhills were really nice and fun.
Nice. What was your favorite part of the course?
I don't know. Probably the quartz jester down that part. I think I got some time back on that.
Nice. All right, good job, guys. Thanks. All right, so I can probably guess your last name. What's your first name?
Finley.
Finley. All right, and how'd it go out there today? It looks like you finished pretty strong here at Gnar Weasels.
It was a fun course, and the uphills were really where I had to go hard to make gaps. And
how hard was that uphill for you? Because that's a mile climb at least, right?
The first one in the beginning of the course is way harder than the second one, more in. And with more like rocks and roots on the first one, it was harder.
Yeah, what was the best part for you?
The second hill was where I made gaps.
Right, so you actually like the hill. All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
I said hard is an understatement.
Why was it so hard?
Half an hour.
It's just the heat and the climbing. And I think you need to worry, I mean for me, you need to be careful not to overcook yourself on the climbs, because then you start hitting a little bit of technical stuff. And if you're cooked, you're gonna maybe make a mistake. So I always thinking of like, how hard can I go on the climbs and not be completely destroyed when I start going into the downhill stuff.
You stick to the plan out there?
What was the plan? No, I did
your plan there.
So yeah, and I did have a plan. The plan was to have the second lap be faster than the first. So it was to kind of not go too hard on the first lap, and it worked. The second lap was about 2 minutes faster. And I think in the heat, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So Mike, how hard was that?
That was super hard. I've done this race maybe 3 times, and that was by far the hardest. The heat was, and you know, it's not even like hot. I grew up in Oklahoma. Like Oklahoma's hot, like 110, but I've been here, I don't know, 20 years, and I'm soft now. And yeah, anything uphill, I was like I was in 2 gears today, like my littlest ring, littlest gear, and my big ring and littlest gear. Those were like the only operable things. But I just wanted to finish, and I did, and I had fun. This is like one of the best, if not like the funnest courses. It's just hard for me, you know. It's like, it's hard uphill, there's some tricky stuff, and tricky coming down. So it's great. Had a good time.
Yeah, no impaling.
All right, give me a 30-second race report, Reese Neeson.
Was not exactly feeling myself. Made sure to dump it out riding uphill, and then decided to have fun. And I actually thought of Kristen Reuter is one of the first women that I met in New England, and I asked her if she raced UCI Cross, and she said, I'm the mullet. And I was like, what does that mean? And she said, party in the back. And I was thinking of that as I was being the party in the back today. So yeah, I didn't die.
How did Gnar Weasels go?
Oh, it went well. It went well. It's so fun here. Yeah, I went to the back to the front, kind of. I don't know, rode around.
All right, John. All right, so you won this thing. How'd it go out there? What happened?
I'm glad I could do that for you.
It went well. Just went up the hill and just shredded back down it.
It's probably fine for you, but it's probably like a lot of people probably think it's pretty nutty to do it on a single speed. How is climbing over a mile on the single speed?
I don't know, you just gotta just go to it and just get up the hill. So
No, how much walking?
no
walking.
Nope.
That's probably weird. I couldn't imagine that. No walking on the single speed. All right, Kelly, so you won this thing handily. How'd it go out there?
I wouldn't say handily, actually. Kim was only a little over a minute behind me, so it was a pretty grueling race, for sure. Lots and lots of climbing, but a lot of fun downhill as well. Tight turns and technical features. It was really fun.
Did you get in before the rain?
Yeah, actually, well, no. I think I had 3 minutes in the rain before it started to pour. Although it felt like by the time I got to the finish line, I was soaked. So it really started to pour in those 3 minutes. But yeah, it felt nice. I wish the rain had come sooner, actually. It was pretty muggy.
But to see third place at Gnar Weasels.
Yeah.
It seemed like there were a lot of dudes in your field today. They were all kind of like tightly packed together. How'd your race pan out?
Yeah, it was up the first lap, the first climb. It was pretty close together. Maybe like the top 10 were all in a line. But then after that, it really just broke apart. Like the top 5 of us were really spread out. I hung on to first as long as I could, but the second lap was definitely kind of rough. The heat really kicked in, and I really had to dial it back. And Ben caught me on the second lap, but I think on the third lap I kind of got myself together more and was able to keep Jake away, who got 4th today.
What do you do for heat management when it is like? Because it was pretty gnarly.
It was very hot.
Yeah. In the Weasels today, it was like just the heat. And thunderstorms.
I put drink mix in all of my bottles with electrolytes. I took some electrolyte capsules at the beginning of the race, and then just like the people handing out water, just pouring that over my head, felt really nice. So that's about all I could do.
Do you think the heat was the major factor, or was like how much of a factor was the climbing?
It was, yeah, the heat and the climbing, just going slow and working hard in the woods really, it really hurt. And you could also feel as soon as you got out into the field section with the sun, it felt 10 degrees warmer. So it was pretty tough the whole course.
All right, so at this point, are you still like mostly focused on cross, or is mountain biking kind of a thing for you now?
Yeah, definitely mostly focused on cross and mountain biking.
When do you dial that back? When do you dial back mountain biking?
So I'll go out to mountain bike nationals in Colorado, and then after that, in August, turn the focus more towards cross and start doing all of the cross prep. But you know, just throughout the summer, keeping cross in my mind and kind of what I do, how it affects maybe later in the season, just good to keep in mind. Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool. Thank you.
But it works. You know, I help all those guys like in northern Vermont, Cooper and Sam and Galen and Nick Lando and those guys, and
that's a good crew.
I seem to know the mind of the 18 to 22-year-old male pretty well. So, and I know bike racing a little bit. So,
I mean, the end, like up in Vermont, like the top of Vermont is very pointy as far as talent. Like, okay, so you're coaching all these kids.
Yeah.
How do you keep them all sharp coming into the mountain bike season where all these other people have been riding all over? Like, are these kids traveling to train, or are they skiing? What are they doing?
They ski a lot. I mean, they definitely do a ton. You know, we kind of make it work through the winter. My background was running, and then I got into biking, and I kind of had to figure out how to handle the northern Vermont thing through the winter to stay going for biking. So they'll do a pretty good job. They do travel a little bit. Cooper's been, you know, he's always been in school down south. But yeah, Nick travels. You know, Galen, Sam stay up in northern Vermont and ski definitely a bunch. And yeah, I mean, they once it gets hot, once the real summer comes along, they finally kind of get cooking. You know, I think it's tough, like nationally, like for mountain biking, a lot of the important races are like March, April out west, which is, I mean, I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet of like how to actually show up there and be ready. But, you know, they were all good at the Canada Cup races, and Cooper just had a big U23 road nationals, and they're all going to go out to mountain bike nationals and do pretty well, I think. So it's this time of the year that you can finally really get going. Yeah.
All right. What's it like? So specific to today,
yeah.
2 Red Bulls today. Can't speak. So it was really hot.
Yeah.
Like, what do you tell these kids to do for heat management when it's this hot and this humid?
Well, definitely, like, we make sure that they're not, you know, you're never drinking just water.
that you are really making sure to have, you know, whatever you want to drink, but some type of electrolyte drink for sure. You know, just Sam alone, he kind of funnily had a set of gloves he was using for mountain bike riding that were like winter cyclocross gloves the last couple of years, so I just gave him finally a pair. It's like, you just got to help the kids, you know, so I gave him an actual lightweight pair of summer mountain bike racing gloves, which is, yeah, I just doing stuff like that for these kids.
He doesn't have hot hands.
Exactly, hot hands is not what you want today. And then, yeah, I think like today, you really just gotta, I mean, it's tough on this course because you do have to use some actual like torque punches on the climb to clear some stuff, but as much as you can, you want to save that real big power for like the last lap. You know, as much as you can through the majority of the race is just staying kind of smooth and steady on the cadence. You know, once your muscles kind of get some cramps in them, you're not coming back from that. So I think Sam, he's said he was having a little bit of chills today finishing up just because of how insanely humid it was, but yeah, I don't know. We'll get used to it as it comes. This week, I mean, and getting out for some rides, you know, some long rides in the heat too. Yeah.
How'd it go? Dude, it got gnarly. We got a little Gnar weather at the end to go with the Gnar heat and the Gnar course. I think it delivered. I think people got the challenge they signed up for. No one, as far as I know, got struck by lightning. We had a very aggressive arch demolition happen when the wind came through, but we had no one finishing at that time, which was good. All in all, I think things were pretty, as far as, you know, strong thunderstorms go during a race, went pretty smooth. Yeah, I feel good about it. People seemed pretty happy because they were so hot. That's how it went.